Good morning, everybody. Left my up down. How are we today? We'll just give it a few seconds for a few more to jump on, and we will start into our Thursday cardio and core. So I hope you're all well. Hope you're ready to get sweaty. As always, this will be about 25-30 minutes, short, snappy, sweaty and strong. And if you do want to make it a longer workout, feel free to stop after the second round, rewind back and watch the end. But always, as we say, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday sessions are long, Tuesday and Thursday short. So if you really wanted to do a longer workout, go and watch one of the Monday, Wednesday, Friday videos, and it probably makes more sense. And then do these as short and snappy. These are designed by Emmett for a reason, and that's why we're going to do them and keep them short. So when we're ready, we'll just bring it onto the toes. All you need today is a mat and some water. So jog it out nice and light. Let's warm the body up for training. Nice and light on the spot. Bring it in to jumping jacks. Again, you can step laterally like this, or if lateral movements are a problem, go there. But to get warmed up, if you can, a few jumping jacks. Bring it forward and back into a stride. So you can add the hands. Back to jacks. And jog it out again. Speed it up. And relax. Nice deep breaths now as you roll the shoulders forward and make big circles with your hands. Change direction. So the heart rate should be nicely up now. Arms out, stretch the shoulders back. 3 of these. And let's go diagonal. Switch sides, nearly there. Well done. Plant the feet, soften the knees, and rotate the hips and pelvis in one direction. Change sides. So again, your heart rate should still be up. If it's not, just keep jogging, but it should be at this point, just starting to come down a little bit to the point that you feel that you can actually train. Well done. Going to go down into a squat position. Push the bum towards the floor. And then push the hands and push that bum into the air, straightening out the backs of those legs. So you might find that quite tight. Bring it back down again. Again, bum towards the floor, keep the chest tall. Push up one more time. It's a real deep stretch in the back of the legs. And last time. Now when you're here, if you can, use the elbows to slightly rotate the hips just to get some movement and mobility into the hips. And you can push up one more time. And each time you should get a little bit deeper into that hamstring stretch. So, hands to the floor, plank position. And I want you today to bring your hand up, or your foot up to your hand and your hand up to the ceiling. And down. Watch that again. Switching sides. 1, 2. So we're really stretching up into the glutes. Let's do 3 each side. So 2 more each side. And we're working the lower back and the upper back and the shoulders. It's a really good stretch for the whole body, this. Last one. Well done. Bring it onto your side. Hands out in front, leg up on top, and let's rotate. Six each side, guys. And then you can just roll over to the other side. I'm just going to flip over so that I'm still facing the camera. Top leg. Let's go. And open that
chest up. Allow that chest to go towards the ceiling and shoulders to go really nice and big in that movement. And onto your back to finish. You can do 12 like this with the heels up against the bum and the pelvis going towards the ceiling with a roll back down through the spine. Or you can do 6 each side, whichever you wish. So I'm just going to go another 4 here. And roll it up. And let's get started. So we're going to go with a kind of a boxing thing today. Bit of punch in the start, reverse crunch on the floor. We're going to skip. We don't have a skipping rope, that's okay, we can pretend. We're going to go onto a plank, total body extension, dead bug, single leg lowering, and lateral skip and knee. So a combination of quite a few of the same exercises that we have done over the last maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Some of you, the punching will be new. But it's all in the case now of working on our technique today and fastly kind of getting ourselves into the fact that we know which rep we're going to do, which version of it we're going to do, and we're going to challenge ourselves to see how many we can do in that 40 seconds. So the first move is he calls it Katie Taylor, I do it a wee bit differently. So I want you to move forward and back on your feet, hands up as if you're going to punch. So once you've got that forward and back movement, using this front hand, strike. Strike, strike, okay? And then we'll switch sides for the second round. And then after that, we're going down into a reverse crunch. So bear with me, 3, 2, 1, get the feet going first. 2, punch, now, 2, 3, 4. So your knees are soft, you're forward and back. Punch on the forward, slow it down if you have to. Hands go right out in front at shoulder height. None of this, you're not throwing your hands, strike. Pretend there is something that needs a punch in front of you. And get a good hard strike with knuckles to that imaginary person. Not violent at all. Punch it out, punch it out, punch it out. 3, 2, time. Bring it onto the floor for a reverse crunch. And again, think about our positioning here. So I'll show the different variations. Beginners, watch for me for first of all, I'll do what you need to do. Then I'll move on to the different variations. Advanced, you know what you're doing at this point. So think about it. You're flat on your back, hands are by your side, knees are ready to come up with the bum. So we're here, starting here. Knees come in, bum goes up, heels go to the ceiling. In, up, ceiling. So that's your beginner's reverse crunch. The feet shouldn't really go back here, okay? They should always come to the front of the eyes. Advanced crew, you can go here. Watch me again. 1, 2, push the heel out. Make sure that back doesn't arch. If it does, bring the legs out a little bit higher. We have 10 seconds left. If you're doing beginners, bum up, heels up. Bum up, heels up. 3, 2, time. Well done. Bring it back up onto your feet. We're going to skip. So just imagine you have a skipping rope and you're going to skip. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So some people do, they're skipping like this. Others like double toes, soft knees. Others like to jog it. Whichever you want to do. So again, I prefer this. So the hands you're pretending there's a skipping rope in your hands. You can go side to side. Keep the arms going. So you keep the arms in tight to your side. And it's elbows to the wrist that moves. Last 10 seconds, speed it up. So you'll feel this in the arms. The biceps and triceps are working here, even though it's only your elbows to your wrist that's moving. And time. Bring it down onto your front. We're going to go into our plank. We can do our plank. Everyone's on their forearms. Beginners, you're on your knees. Advanced, go to the toes, okay? Again, I'll show the advanced or the beginners first. 3, 2, 1. Position yourself here. Tuck the pelvis low. Elbows are directly below the shoulders. That's you, hold. If that's very easy, or if you're not feeling the core engaged, do this. So push the legs up, and all of a sudden you will feel everything kicking in. So your bum should be squeezed, your core should be tight. You should start to shake probably as well. Deep breaths. If you have to dip out, do it very briefly and hold again. 5 more seconds, stay up. Keep that bum down, none of this. We're here. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it back up. Whew. So, total body extension. 3, 2, 1. Starting here, swinging it back and jumping. Let's go. So this is your basic. It's kind of your advanced as well. It's one of those moves that is nice and simple. If you do want to kind of start off easy, stretch up, reach back, tiptoes, reach back, tiptoes, reach back. So you're doing this, and eventually it will become natural to simply jump. Keep going, that's it. Find the rhythm. If you have music going, use it. And time, well done. Bringing it back onto the floor now for our single leg lower. Love this move, lovely and controlled. And this is a great one to practice reading your back, okay? So, we start on our back here, and we're going to simply single leg low, bring it back up. Single leg low, 3, 2, let's go. Flat back, here. Put the leg out to here and back. Try a little bit lower. Now as you lower the leg, keep that back flat on the floor. If it begins to arch, your leg's too low. If your core is strong, you'll be able to go the whole way to the floor, squeezing the bum at the bottom. Squeeze. Nice and controlled. So it's lower, reset. 3, 2, and 10. Bringing it back up into our lateral skip. And again, we're going to bring in the knee. I know we had a bit of variation during the week where we went to the floor and touch, but today we're going to stick with the knee. 3, 2, 1. So, depending on how much space you have, skip it and knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, knee. If it's too much, stop. 1, 2, 3, and stop. If you're very limited for space, 1, 2, 3, stop. 1, 2, 3, stop. Just find your own rhythm, depending on the space you have. And if you can progress, knee. But you bring the knee up rather than bringing the body down. None of this. You stay tall. 10 seconds. You can do it. Keep going now with this rhythm. Heart rate should be up. And time. And we're going to finish off on the floor with our dead bug. No, we're going to do a bird dog instead because we've already done the lower leg. So, on your front, hands are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips, and you're going to lift the heel out so that you've got a straight line to your shoulder and down. Switch over here. And then if you have the balance and the stability, you're going to go with the hands too, which I'll show now. Let's go. So heel to the wall behind you and down. Transfer the weight over onto your knees. Advanced, I'd like to see you try the hand as well. So really concentrate here on your balance. Breathing out as you extend. Don't worry about the hands if you're finding that this is enough on its own. Remember what I've told you before about pushing out through the heel, not through the toe. We're not pointing our toes. This is not a ballet dance, okay? It's out and back. One more. Excellent. Bring it back onto the toes. Grab yourself a drink. We're going to fly through one more round of that. And I don't know about you, but I'm already roasting. It's quite windy this morning. The windows keep closing on me. So, hope we're okay. Good stuff. As always, questions in the boxes below. Any question at all, any comment, feel free to ask. We will come back to you as soon as possible. If there's anything that you're not able to do for whatever reason, you let us know and we can make sure that we can modify that for you. These workouts are not about showing you what you should be doing. These workouts are about making you feel included and showing you that you can do whatever your body allows you to do when it comes to exercise. It's not a competition. You will need to know what you can do in order to do it safely, and if you have certain limitations, if you tell us, we can help and we can modify to make sure that you're able to get a full workout. These workouts are for everybody, and it's so important that you never switch off this screen or computer or whatever you're on feeling that, you know, you're not able or you're inadequate or anything. That's not what this is about, and that would make both of us really upset if we thought that. So please communicate with us so that we can help guide you properly, okay? Let's go again. Katie Taylor, so remember the move. I went on my right foot last time. I'm going to go on this leg this time. I'm going to skip 1, 2. Both feet are forward and back. I'm transferring my weight and then I add a punch. 2. If you just want to do the legs only, feel free. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, punch. So you're adding in the punch, and you should keep your eye on your hands at all time. This movement with the legs is a shuffle of weight left to right. Simple as that. Punch it out. It's a great stress busting move, this. Especially if you can imagine hitting whatever it is or whoever it is that has stressed you out. Fast beat, speed up the punch. Or slow it down, whichever you can. Last way, come on, a few more. 3, 2, 1, and time. Well done. You're going to bring it back down onto the floor for your reverse crunch. Remember, hands by the side, bum comes up slightly off the floor, knees come into the chest, and then the legs and heels extend. 3, 2, position, let's go. In and out, in and out. That's it. So you can just go quite happily here. Make sure your hands are not under your bum. So then if you want to go even further, you're going to bring the legs up towards the ceiling and the heels towards the wall in front of you. Head can be up or down, whichever is most comfortable for your neck. If your head is back, be aware that your legs might not be able to go as low as you'd like. 3, 2, 1 more, and roll it up. Well done. Bringing it back to your feet. We're going skipping. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. As always, we're going through the second round a little bit quicker because we've already done the explanation and demo. Doubles here. So we're going to build up to speeding this up for the last 10 seconds, okay? Come on, you can do it. Stay with me. Getting ready to speed it up. 3, 2, let's go. Come on, speed. So again, keep those arms tucked in tight. Make that the elbow is doing the work in the arms and the core is holding everything together. And time. Well done. Bring it now back onto the floor for your plank. If your bum is in the air, which I'll show you now, you're not going to do it properly. So we need to make sure that we get this position correct. Elbows, forearms, knees. So you're starting off here, push the pelvis now towards the floor and squeeze the tummy and bum. And when you're in this situation now, you should be able to have, if someone was to poke you in the tummy, you wouldn't move. So that's how you know you're in the right position. If that's far too easy and you really don't feel anything, lift those legs and keep that tummy low. So if you're up here, that's not a plank. You need to be here. Keeping it controlled. Shaky, shaky, shaky. It's absolutely fine if you're shaking. It's just the muscles resisting. Keep that core tight. 3, 2, and time. Bringing it back up onto the feet for our total body extension. Hands starting in the air, swinging back, and then adding your jump. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Again, if you have music on, use it. Find a rhythm and jump to it. Notice how my knees are soft when I land. I don't land on locked heels or locked knees. If you're not jumping, good stretch to here. Push the bum back along with the hands and squeeze the bum at the top. You are still working out whether you're jumping or not. The jumping is just a plyometric that adds in some resistance and cardio. 10 seconds to go. Come on, you can do it. And time, well done. Bringing it back onto the floor for our single leg lower. Now, you can do this where you do 40 seconds with one leg over and over and over. I find, especially for beginners, and especially for people like me who are not 20 and have had 2 very dodgy pregnancies, the hips will get very, very numb very quick. So I like to alternate it. But if you want to challenge yourself to do one each side, switch maybe the next day, okay? 3, 2, 1. We're here. Our hands are here. Our leg goes down and up. So you see what I mean? You could do this with one leg up and down, but it's very, very sore on the pelvis and on the hips. So I prefer this one. Some people like to sit up at this one and do it like a V hold as well. That's fine. Single leg lower. Bring it back up. Single leg lower. So it's kind of not unlike the dead bug. It's just controlling the lever of the hips. So your hips are the lever here and your legs bend at the top. So if you put your hands here, you feel these muscles extending and coming in. And time. Well done. Bringing it back onto your feet. We're nearly there, guys. Lateral skips. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Skippity, 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 skippity bum. So, find your rhythm. If I'm doing more than you perhaps have room to, just close your eyes and don't listen or don't watch me. Or just simply use your space wisely. Keep that chest tall. So notice how, when I go to the side, I don't bend forward here. See, people often bend forward to make the knee. You stay tall. 1, 2, 3, stay tall. Bring the knee up. And you can meet the hand or meet the elbow. Always ways to progress. Last one. And time. Well done. And let's finish off on the floor with our bird dog. Now I want you to really squeeze the bum in this one, okay? Again, hands are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips. Get yourself in a safe position before you start, and the exercise will be less likely to strain you. So here, I start with my heel going back. Now watch what doesn't happen. Sometimes you see people doing this, and they kick the leg up. You will hurt your back doing that. Push the heel back towards the wall behind you, and down. This is the kind of move that if you get a second, if you have a big mirror in the house, go now at some point if you're passing it tonight, and try this movement, because you'll see what it's supposed to look like. And then with your hands in, you're here, and back, and here, and back. No speed. You never see myself or Emmett rushing any of these moves. And time. Because often, you watch people flying through exercises, and good for them. If you're going with great speed, there's a very good chance that your technique is not as strong as it should be. So in that situation where your leg's going back, you have to squeeze the bum, squeeze the glutes, okay? So if you want to go back and do that a third time, knock yourself out, have fun. Otherwise, let's walk for about 40 seconds now before we cool down. Grab a drink. Now, so that shouldn't feel too tight or too tiring on your core, because we didn't do any basic crunches. The core work that we did today was all to do with movement. So the reverse crunches, we're crunching your core. But often when we're concentrating on where our legs go, we don't realize that we're actually engaging the core. So it's a nice kind of light movement, but you still will feel that, and it still has been effective. So walk it out now, and let us cool down. Deep breaths. So I want you to start with some shoulder rolls. As I always say, your shoulders now are most likely up here. Bring them low. If you've been working all day at a desk or you're stressed, shoulders come to here. So bring them up and back and low. Bring it up again. And one more. Let's go big with the arms now. Rotating back. Soften the knees, make sure that your feet are planted. Change direction, go forward. Keep that core tight. Well done. Bring the arms out. So we're repeating a lot of the movements that we do in the warm-up and in the cool-down. Well done. Bring it down onto your mat and you still got it out. And I want us to stretch from the floor. So we're on our back, nice and controlled. Hands are above the head. Let the shoulder blades sink into the floor here. Bring the feet and knees together and pull the knees into that chest. So again, you can use your hands on your knees, or if you want to, go full forearm and hug them properly. Hold it there. Hold on to your left knee, extend the right leg. And bring it back again, and extend the left leg, nice and controlled. Again, guys, you can go here. If it's too hard, if it hurts your back, if it doesn't feel right, go here until then eventually you'll get lower and lower and lower and lower until you can go here, okay? Well done. Feet down onto the floor. I want you to put your foot up onto your knee. Beginners, if you really want to just go simple here, you can push the knee now and stretch the hips. Otherwise, I want your hand through. I want you to bring the leg up and then push the heel. My calves are like coin springs, I swear to God. There we go, switch it down, nice. One more, through, up, and push. And again, you can push a little bit further here too. Bringing it over onto your side or onto your front. So on your side, you're in a straight line, hand is out in front, your leg is coming up here, your foot's coming up to here, and you're just going to bring the knees together. Hold it there. Push the pelvis forward now, and you'll get a deeper stretch into that quad. And then turn over onto your other side. I'm just going to go onto my front here to show this one. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other leg. And when I'm in this position, I'm going to push that pelvis down into the floor. So do you see this position you're in now? When we were doing the plank and we say to you to tilt your pelvis, this is the movement you're doing. You're tilting it forward. Hands down, hands under your shoulders, and you're going to just lift back and onto your bum. Stretch the shoulders here. Put the toes into the floor, bum up into the air, and push the heels back if you can. Stretch everything here. Use your hands and walk up out of that. We're going to step back. Nice big step. Lower into a lunge. Tilt the pelvis again. It's all about the pelvis. And hold. Switching sides last time. Here we go. And down. And then you're going to stand up out of it. Push the hands forward. To the sides. Around your back. And then just roll back if you can. And stretch the shoulders out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you tomorrow for Friday. Strong Nation is in here tonight.